Okay. Hi, everyone. Today's meeting is going to be with DC Water as well as some single member district 34G ANC residents of O5. My name is Corinthia Simmons. I'm the commissioner for ANC 34G O5. I've received several complaints about homeowners who've had sewage within their basement due to the sewer lining projects. I thought it would be a good idea to get residents who were available to meet with DC Water. We're going to have DC Water talk for a second. They'll kind of give us a quick overview of the project. I know we all know it's the sewer lining project. They can introduce themselves, and then they can kind of give you information on what to do if your home has been impacted, and then we'll turn it over for questions from residents. So before we get started, does that sound like a good way forward for the meeting this evening?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. So I'll turn it over to DC Water. You guys can take it on from here. Introduce
Okay,
yourself and everything.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Simmons. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for having us. Good evening, everyone. My name is Naika McFadden. I'm the project manager for Project JX01 Sanitary Sewer Rehab 10. Other Joyce Willis is also here from DC Water. Joyce, if you wanted to introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Joyous. I am the Senior Specialist of Community Affairs at DC Water. I'm also the person who forwards out your weekly project updates. And if you are to have any issues, you could always give me a call or forward me an email. Me and Commissioner Simmons talk on a regular about any issues that may be going on with her constituents within 3GO5. And that's all I have.
Thank you very much, Joyous. And Jeremy and Garrett, there are contractors for this project that you want to introduce yourselves, please.
Yeah, I'll start, Naika. Yeah, hi. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jeremy Blevins. I am the senior project manager with Instituform, kind of overseeing all operations for this project.
Hello,
Thank you,
everyone.
Jeremy.
I'm Garrett Ganzer, field engineer with Instituform. I handle the day-to-day operations for the project.
Thank you, Garrett. Thank you. And Natasha, I see you're here too. You want to introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Latasha Steiger. I serve as a senior program manager for DC Water in the Community Affairs. I work closely with Joyous.
Thank you very much, Latasha. So we're here to serve you. First, I wanted to start off by saying we are very sorry for what occurred with the incidents and all. We empathize with all of you, and we're here tonight to hear you and try to help you as best we can. For the project overview, this is a current in place lining project. We call it CIPP. You'll probably see that in some of the millings. We're lining approximately 110,000 linear feet. That equates to 20.74 miles of sewer mains, ranging from sizes 6 inches to 42 inches in diameter. Instituform has a video that they'd like to show you that shows the CIPP process.
Yeah, let me share my screen real quick.
Okay.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Jeremy, give me 1 second as I figure this out. I can go to your hand. I can make you co-host. So let me.
I think I can just push. Okay.
Yeah, so I just made you co-host, so you should be able to share now.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Whoops. Here we go. Got it all keyed up. So this is just a brief video of our whole process.
Instituform's flagship cured-in-place pipe technology, or CIPP, is a pipe within a pipe, installed without digging. Resin-saturated, coated felt tubing is inverted or pulled into the existing pipe. Hot water or steam is then circulated throughout the tubing, curing the resin and forming a tight-fitting, jointless, corrosion-resistant pipe within a pipe. Service laterals are then restored using a robotically controlled cutting device. Finally, the rehabilitated pipe is fully inspected by closed-circuit TV. In situ forms.
Oh, that's essentially what it is. That was a brief video, and this is just kind of a live video, but do you guys want to see more, or are we kind of good with that?
I thank you very much for what you've shown. Jeremy, appreciate it very much. We just wanted to give you an idea of what the process is so that you can see how we are rehabilitating the sewer mains in the area. And with that, we're open for questions, please. And thanks again, Jeremy, for showing that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess I'll start with the question because I get it a lot. So if I'm a homeowner and sewage has came within my home, what should I do? What are some of the things? What's the first step I should do aside from calling my insurance company? Should I contact Jeremy's team or DC Water? What would you advise for residents to do?
When we're out there and there's a project that's going on in the area, one, we communicate all of our information. So if we are working on your property line or we're within the vicinity of your project that we have impacted that sewer main to impact your home, I would say to please reach out to the contractor and DC to the contractor and DC Water as well. Our inspector is on site while the work is being performed as well, DC Water inspector. If you notify any one of us, let us know that you're having an issue in your home, the contractor will come and file a claim with you. And then after that, you will work with the claim specialists and adjusters to have the areas repaired at your home, have your own home repaired, excuse me.
Thank you for that. Any of the residents who are on the call? Oh, go ahead, Diane.
Hi, thanks for holding the meeting and Corinthia for organizing this. Appreciate it. Look, our street got done while we were away for a month in India taking care of relatives. It was done exactly in the middle of that month. We had received a schedule for when the work was going to be done, but it was, I guess, way behind schedule. It never happened at that time. We saw trucks nearby, but they never came on our street, but we didn't understand how it was being done. So we thought, okay, maybe it was all done. Then a couple months went by, we went to India, we came home. We didn't go down into our basement for over a week after coming home, so that all sat for 3 weeks. And then it sat a couple more weeks because we had to get the insurance adjuster in and get 3 quotes. And we had no idea that anyone was doing anything at the city level. So I have a couple questions because I talked to a neighbor and she had been in contact with someone at the city. The first question is, my contractor tells me there's something called a check valve that can be put on our sewer pipe on the part that's on our land. And that would prevent any flow into our house. So we had over $20,000 worth of damage in our basement. Plus we couldn't use our basement for a couple months while all this work was going on. Plus you can imagine 3 quotes for remediation, 3 quotes for putting in the flooring, going and picking out the flooring, talking to the contractor, negotiating everything, arranging everything. It was a full-time job for me for several weeks. So the first question is, it would have been really useful if we had been, if, 6 months prior to this, a year prior to this, someone had told us, hey, for those of you with older homes, don't tell me to put a brick on top of my toilet seat because that was not going to work. The amount of stuff that came into our house and it came out of the shower, there was no way you could keep it out of the shower drain. So So if they had told us about this, we could have had the work done and no problem in advance and we'd be happy. But we weren't told, so now we're thinking of doing this work now because we never know when this might happen again. And then the second thing is, my neighbor told me that people could get compensated not just for their losses. We have insurance that took care of the remediation and the new floors. It won't take care of the sewer check valve. And it certainly won't compensate us for the loss of our basement for all that time and for all of the energy we had to put in. So those are my two questions about the check valve and about what the city is doing to compensate people. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Bailey, for your questions, and I wanted to first find out some information, please. What is your, where are you located? What street is this, please?
I'm on Northampton Street, half a block down from Lafayette Elementary.
Okay,
So she's
thank you.
between Broad Branch and Nevada.
Okay,
And several people across the street had the same problem, and then apparently just recently down on the bottom, more people had the same problem.
yes, I understand. All right, thank you for the information, thank you. Regarding the check valve or backflow preventer, I know at one time, and this information has gone out from DC Water, that it was best for everyone to have this installed in their homes, you know, in their sewer main. On our website, I believe we have this information as well, but this is something that is up to the property owner to look into and install, and also bring your property up to code. But it's not something that we demand or anything at that, because we're mainly taking care of the sewer main infrastructure, and we are not telling people, we're not taking responsibility for how you update your property, as you can say. So I understand your concern about the check valve and the backflow preventer, but this information is on the website. I can find it and send it to you as well. I know at one time we were trying to provide backflow preventers for some of the residents. This is years ago, and I think that it has changed, but it's always been a recommendation to install check valves and backflow preventers on your sewer main.
Well,
And
I'll just say to that, that we just moved into our property in November. And we've been busy doing a whole bunch of different things. We had no idea that there was this potential for such damage, or that there was a solution. If we had known that this was coming up in November or December, we could have, and that a check valve would prevent this problem, we would have done it. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. Yes. And then, and we'll take the note of this, and we will look into how we can try to provide this information going forward for our projects. So thank you for this information. We'll look into our project advertisements and see how we can add this information, which could help many others. And then your other question. For the notification, I know that we sent out many project notifications to know that a project will be done in the area. A lot of this information is found on our website. And we can also check to make sure, I know that we have completed the work on your property, but we do have other properties on Northampton that still have work pending. One thing that we can do is make sure that we have all of your email addresses, because I know that Joyous sends out the email to many of the residents, as well as your Commissioner Simmons, as you know, just to make sure that everyone is aware of our schedule, so that you know when we will be in the area. So we can make sure that we improve our notification as well. If anyone here is not receiving the emails or their project information postings, please let us know, and we'll make sure to add you to our contact list.
I only sorry, Corinthia, I only got the notice that you sent, Corinthia.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, were notices included in homeowners bill inserts? Do you guys normally do that, or do you just take the information, like the email addresses from their DC water accounts and send it out. So aside from me receiving the information and sending it out to residents, does DC water include notifications like in the bill inserts or in their account profiles where they go to pay for their water?
The contractor sends out notifications in advance of work on at that location, 7 days in advance and 3 days in advance if the water service will be disrupted. And Joyous, when you sent out your notification, do you also include email addresses for the residents?
So in the beginning of the project, what happens is we'll have the contractor give us the areas of where the work will be done. From there, we do reach out to our customer service department and we will try to get the email addresses for those persons. However, if those email addresses are not up to date, that we have on file, then the homeowner may not receive it. Sometimes we do receive back emails back that says, you know, sometimes those emails are no longer in service. However, at any given time, an email can be given to me and I can add it to our mailing list. We also copy the ANCs as another way to make sure that the constituents also are notified about those project updates that we do send out for the work that will be going on for the current and upcoming week.
Can I just quickly say that the notification is great, but essentially all you'd be notifying me is, by the way, your basement's going to be flooded with sewage next week, okay? Because that's what happened. And it wasn't, you know, it's not like we don't store anything down there. It was a bedroom, it was a full bath, it was a kitchenette, it was a media room, it was an exercise room, it was an office. So it was the entire basement, all of which had been remodeled. So this notice, all I'm saying is, you know, it needs to be accompanied by, this could be some serious damage to your house, and the way to prevent it is with a check valve, and that takes time to do because you have to have a city inspector come out and inspect the sewer pipe, and then you gotta get the contractor lined up. So I'm talking like a year's notice.
Well, I wanted to also add that all of these incidents did not occur because we did this work. Many of these incidents, especially the incidents on Northampton, occurred because we had an extended cure time and the water was used in the properties. And unfortunately, as you saw in the video that Jeremy showed, when we line the sewer main, the sewer laterals to the properties are not connected to the sewer main. So if anyone turns on the water and uses the water, the sewage will back up in the lateral itself back into the property. But to prevent this going forward, we have a steam cure process now that we're using that will cure the line a lot faster. And we're also having very often notification as well to let you know where we are and when the water can be used again. And also we are turning off the water services to the properties so that you can no longer turn on the water while we're performing the services, and this will prevent the homes from backing up.
Okay, I'll just, we were out, no one was in our house, no water was being used. So that wasn't true for our case. I understand it might be true for other cases. I don't want to monopolize this conversation, so maybe if you could just quickly tell me if there's anything that's being done by the city to compensate people for their time and effort and labor.
What we're doing is we're asking everyone to please reach out to your claims adjuster. This project is insured for this. So all of the work that you've had done on your property that was related to the project incidents, we ask that you please contact the claims adjuster so that you can have the repairs made to your home. As far as the city funding check valves or backflow preventers, that is not, we currently do not have a program for any of that. But we ask you to please just be mindful of the current plumbing codes and benefits to your properties, just in general, and to please provide updates.
So Ms. McFadden, I believe in Ms. Bailey's case, they remediated their property on their own without going through your insurance adjuster. So should she reach out to someone from DC Water? Because and maybe to kind of go through her situation and what she should do.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, and and I'm sorry, Miss Bailey, I don't know, I don't want to speak on your behalf. If you want to reach out to them, just
Yeah.
let me know.
Yeah, I just need to know who to reach out to.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, if you can forward your information, our contractor can reach out to you to see about a claim. I know for the Northampton location, that incident occurred a while ago, but I understand your situation when you're out of state, out of the country, and our contractor can write a claim. And you can provide all of the information, all of the repair information to the contractor at the time as well, and the claims adjuster will work with you.
So should I give your email address or Jeremy?
You can give my email address for now.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Please. Yes, and please send me an email, let me know your location, your address, please, and we will follow up with you this week.
Hi, my name's John. I live down in Nevada, and we were part of the more recent incident with sewage, and it's almost more of a curiosity than anything else. I'm trying to figure out why this happened. I mean, I've heard the failure rate on this thing seems to be pretty high just based on our limited experience. So we've heard about laterals that run to the houses that aren't turned off, caps that aren't put back in place. Theoretically, there was impact because of a major rain incident we had today that flooded on Nevada. It just seems to me like there's a lot of incidences of this thing going wrong. And I'm just curious, specifically, if anybody has any insight on what happened with the Nevada episode.
Yes, the Nevada episode is very unfortunate, and this occurred on June 18th. It was a series of a very unfortunate and unexpected flash flooding event. We can say that, and we went back and we verified the contractor did everything that they were supposed to do as far as per the design. It's just no one expected that amount of rainflow. It was continuous rainflow. And
But how does the rain flow cause the flooding or overwhelm the system to result in the sewage flooding through our toilets in the basement? I'm not sure I get that.
well, the project that we're doing is sewer rehabilitation, and we're cleaning the sewer mains as well as lining them. And there's also several issues with the sewer mains. It's very old infrastructure. There's holes, there's blockages as well. And the sewer main is a connection of many sewer mains also outside of the current area that we're working on. And the system was overwhelmed, pretty much, I can say. I mean, the sewer mains, they're 12-inch in diameter, and unfortunately, the flow greatly increased within the sewer mains. And there was a lot of overflows within the storm sewer and the sewer main in general on that particular day because of all of the rain. We're still investigating to find out what exactly occurred, but I can say that we have instituted additional equipment on site, larger bypass piping, additional pumps, larger pumps to try to handle these type of events if they should occur in the future. But please know that we take this very seriously, and we're doing everything that we can to prevent any other further issues down line. You will see an improvement in your sewer mains as well as we continue this project, as we continue to rehabilitate the entire network of piping in the area. So we're hoping that not to have any further incidents going forward.
Yeah, no, I don't mean to be all negative because I know it is complicated, and I do applaud WASA for being very responsive. I mean, I think there was a executive from WASA walking around on that Thursday, which is actually Juneteenth, so it was a holiday, and he was checking on people and making sure that we were being tended to and that kind of thing. So I applaud that, but it just seems like We know of people now. We know Northampton. There's been an incident. I think on Oliver there were incidences. It just seems like there's a lot of issues with how this is being implemented. But that's beyond my expertise.
We understand, and we're very sorry that this has occurred. We have, from these incidents, we have more information on the system that we're working with, and we have made many improvements, and we look forward to being more successful going forward.
Have y'all done this in a lot of cities around the country?
This is to Jeremy and Garrett.
Yeah, we
Hard.
do it all over the country, sir. We're actually a global company, so we do it not only in the US, but we do it overseas as well. Again, this is uncommon for it to happen like this, and again, we're doing everything we can to prevent it from happening again. And the main thing we want to do is make sure you guys
Is the
are
number
taking
of
care.
incidences, sorry to interrupt you, is the number of incidences in a limited neighborhood like that unusual, or?
Yes, it is unusual. We were kind of again, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to explain, but every time an issue happens, we do a thorough investigation to figure out why it happened and to prevent it from happening again. So again, we are doing everything we can to keep this from happening.
So I think this question is probably for DC Water, but the sewer lining project, I don't know if you guys are doing this across the city. And if you are, was our area your first stop, or have you done it in other parts of the city, or is our infrastructure the only one that needs this kind of work?
Oh no, this is a CIPP project. There's many CIPP projects going on within the DC Water area currently, and it's just one particular project. This is just this project, and this is one of a series of projects, and it's many different lining methods that are going on. I have another sewer project that we're using geopolymer, which is a different lining process, but there are many CIPP related projects going on. The main thing is we're just trying to rehabilitate the sewer mains in general. It's very old infrastructure. It has not been rehabilitated in a while. There are several issues with the sewer mains, unfortunately, but that's why we're out there, and that's why we're cleaning and we're lining and securing and improving the sewer system currently.
This is Yoram Tanai. I'm on Nevada. My question relates to reimbursing us for the expenses. I heard someone talking earlier about the need to get in touch with our insurance companies, but we've also been told that we have to bill to the insurance company of DC Water, which I believe is Zurich Insurance. So I want a clarification on that. And the second part regarding the insurance, we already had the Zurich adjuster here, which is a separate company of adjusters. He told us that he will send a list of what he authorizes to Zurich, and Zurich will confirm what we can do. Is that still the case? And if so, when are we likely to receive something from Zurich in terms of how much we can spend is there a limit? Do they want to see our contractors quote first before we spend money? As there's a whole series of questions about how we go through the process of claiming the cost of rehabilitating ourselves to the position that we were before that.
Yes, I understand. I did have an opportunity to speak with our risk manager today to confirm, and I also reached out to Zurich. Tyler Colo, I spoke with him today, and I also spoke with Frank LaCresti, who's the claims specialist. I was told to please follow up with claims specialist Frank LaCresti. And I will put his name and number in the chat. Please give him a call, explain to him everything that you're doing, explain to him all of the estimates that you're having completed for your property, and let's continue to work with him.
So
And
we
he'll
need,
be able to resolve your issues.
so you want us to work directly with Zurich?
Yes, your claim specialist, I want to make sure I have all of the information correct. Let me just check 1 second, please. So I can make sure he's with, excuse me. Yes, Frank is with Zurich and so is Tyler, but for the individual that you should be speaking with is Frank. And
Fine.
Tyler,
We have
yes.
his number. We have his number. So we should talk to him and not to our own insurance company.
I would speak to him first and ask those questions.
I
But I know, I'm sorry.
shouldn't somebody put something in writing and tell us what the process is, rather than each one of us finding out what the process should be?
You can receive all of this information from the claims adjuster. They're the ones that are, the project is insured with.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Colville, he's with Cedric. He will come out. He's a general adjuster.
Yes.
But who would take care of, who's working on the actual claim is Zurich. So I would definitely give Frank Lepresti a call. And share
Tyler,
all of this information with.
thank you. Tyler has already been here, but he told us that he has, before he contacts us on anything, he has to first of all speak to Zurich. So I'm just not sure. I haven't seen anything in writing about the exact process of who to go to. We are asking for a couple of contractors to rehabilitate the place when we're waiting for quotes. But should they bill us? Should they bill Zurich? Somebody, the problem is, I thought you are at the center of the thing and organizing it, but do we need to talk to Zurich or to Tyler?
DC Water is not at the center of this. As far
Okay.
as the claims is going, who can handle this is the claim specialist, Frank Lepresti with Zurich. They're the insurance company, so it's very important that you work with Frank Lepresti with the insurance company.
Okay.
With Zurich.
Okay.
And
We'll
I will
work
run
with
his
them.
name and phone number in the chat. I did call a few of you, and I spoke with you earlier today, actually, Mr. Tenney. So, and thank you all for your time, John Ayers, and a few of you I spoke with, and so thank you. But, and Anna, so, but please, I just ask you to please follow up with Frank Lepresti, let them know everything that you've done so far, who you're speaking to, all of your estimates and all. Please, make sure you reach out to Frank Lepresti. And this is for the current incidents that occurred on Nevada Street. Diane, when you reach out to me, I'll have to follow up with you on Northampton because I'll have to find out what claims were completed for that location.
Okay.
And, but we'll work with all of you, okay? Make sure
Okay.
you're connected. So I will put Frank's telephone number and email address in the chat. And, you have my phone number as well. If you're not able to reach any of them, please call me and I'll try to connect the two, okay?
I have Naika, and I'll send you my email too.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
I just probably have a request. I know you've been suggesting that residents reach out to Zurich first, but if you guys could get me like a quick fact sheet or who it is at Zurich to contact, because I really don't know what people should do. And when this happens to people, they're really frantic and they want answers now. But I think if you have an incident that happens, step number one is contact Zurich. This is their contact information. Step number two, if you guys could provide something, that would be great. And the people who were not able to attend, or if this happens in the future, they'll have it already in advance. So when they're very anxious about what's happening, it can hopefully move faster. So is that a request DC Water could probably get to me?
Hi, Commissioner Simmons. Yes, I think that's something that we can get forwarded over to you as soon as possible. I also dropped in the chat our website for claims when we do have emergencies for sewer backups. There are some bullet points there that should also be helpful for those who have not been in touch with Zurich, or if this is to arise again, you'll know who to reach out to immediately.
Okay, thanks for the claim website. So is it just helpful to use this website for residents if this happened, or do we need that
Yes.
fact sheet, or we could just use this?
You can use this. This is going to have
Okay.
the same information.
Okay, so this is good. And then when you guys find the link on your website about the check valve, I think that would be important, especially if you guys are going to be moving along our ANC or anywhere else throughout the city. We can kind of share this information with others in case they want to get that installed, as Ms. Bailey may have said, prior to this, as a proactive approach and not have to deal with the reactive approach.
Yes, understood. And I will send it.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from residents? Ms. Elizabeth, Anna? I think we've heard from John, Yoram, and Diane.
Nope. Thank you for organizing this. It was very helpful.
Thank you
Okay.
very much, Corencia.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. So
Thanks.
I want to take everyone's time, but if we've answered all of your questions, I'm going to see if I can copy the information in the chat to share with others. And then I think the only thing I need is just the link for the check valve for precautionary. And I think we're all set.
Yes, and I just wanted to show you one more thing that may be helpful to everyone as well, and perhaps even encouraging. May I please have permission to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I think I need to make you co-host. Make co-host. Okay, you should have the ability to do that now.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to show you our status for the area. Okay, thank you, Commissioner Simmons. Thank you. Okay, so can everyone see my screen?
No.
Not yet. Oh, it's loading now. Okay.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I just wanted to show you the completed work for this area SGO5, current ANC area. Everything in red shows all of the work that's been completed to date, and in black shows the areas that still have yet to be completed. So as you can see, we're almost finished. We just have Patterson Street here, Northampton Street, this portion, Chevy Chase Parkway Northwest here, Morrison Street, and then the rest of Legation Street and the Military Road, and then Chevy Chase in this area here. So we're almost finished. We hope to complete this area before November. We thank you all for your patience with us. Please know that we're doing the best we can, and you have our information if you have any issues or situations. Commissioner Simmons put my information in the chat, and please let us know how we can help you. Okay.
Well, good luck with military. That's going to be a slog there with all the traffic, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
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 Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.